Good morning, second graders. Today we are on page 135, and our objective or goal today is today I will solve two-step word problems. So today we're going to solve two-step word problems. So up till now we've always been doing one-step word problems, and today there's going to be two steps to them. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary. And what we see first is our clue operation words. And remember that this isn't all of them. There's some that are not on the list. And then we see our two-step word problem. So it says, requires two steps, same or different operations. Now our operations are addition and subtraction to solve for an unknown. So that you're going to have two steps. So here are some examples. So if we see the first one, it says 30 subtract 4 subtract 2. So I have to do two things to 30. Here's an example of where it's 30 subtract 4 and then add 2. But again, I'm doing two things to 30. And then here it says 30 add 4 subtract 2. But there's two things being done. Okay, so we're going to see how to do the two-step word problems. Then they tell us the associative property is a sum is the same regardless of the grouping of the add-ins. So if I was adding multiple things, it doesn't matter how I group them. Okay, so let's look at our steps. It says we're going to read the problem carefully. We're going to underline the clue operation words and circle the numbers given. So I'm going to kind of do these two at the same time. So I'm going to underline clue operation words and circle our numbers. Okay? Then they want us to write an equation. And then we're going to solve for the unknown using any previously learned strategy or addition property. You're going to see I'm going to use counting on most of these because they're going to be smaller numbers. Okay, so for most of these, I'm just going to use the count on strategy just because, again, I said they're small numbers. So that's a good strategy to use for that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to get started on my two problems. And here is my first problem. It says, there were 14 students in the classroom. 4 more students came in. After a few minutes, 3 students left. How many students are in the classroom now? Okay, so let's look at that. It says, there were 14 students in the classroom. So I have 14 in the classroom. And then it says 4 more came in. So 4 more came in. So if 4 more came in, wouldn't that be adding? I'm going to add 4. Sorry, I should have circled my 14. And then it says after a few minutes, 3 students left. Well, if 3 left, that's going to be subtraction. How many students are in the classroom now? So they want to know how many are in there now. Okay, so how I'm going to solve this is I'm going to use something that I used to tell my 5th graders were kind of like carrots. I'm only going to solve one step at a time. So my first step is going to be here. So if I have 14 and I take away 4, can I count backwards? Can I say I have 14, 13, 12, 11, 10? Oh, boys and girls. No way. What did Miss Munoz just do? Who caught my mistake? Was I supposed to count backwards or was I supposed to count up? I'm supposed to be counting up. Let's try that again. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 18. So 14 plus 4 is 18. Okay, but I only solved one step. I need to solve my other step. So I'm going to write this part down here. What I did is I just brought the rest of the problem down here. Okay, so now I'm going to solve my second step. Okay, so now I have 18, and now I'm supposed to take away. Now I'm supposed to count backwards. So if I have 18, and I'm going to count back 3, I have 18, 17, 16, 15. So that tells me that there are 15 students in the classroom right now. There's 15 students. And how many steps did we do? We did 1 step, and then we did 2 steps. So what I want you to remember is we did these carets, and then we brought down the rest of our problem. Okay, so let's look at another one of these. Okay, here's my next problem. And it says, Suki had $8. She spent $2 and lost $4. How many dollars does Suki still have? Okay, so what do we have? It says Suki had $8. So that would be our starting number. So she had $8. And then it says she spent $2. So if you spend money, that means it's subtract or take away. And then it says, and lost $4. Well, if you lose money, that's subtraction also. How many dollars does Suki still have? Okay, so they want to know how much is left. Okay, so we're going to do 1 step first. So ready? We have 8 subtract 2. This one you might not even need to count back. You just might know 8 take away 2 is 6. So that was 1 step. Now I'm going to bring this down to do my other step. Okay, so what do I have now? 6 take away 4 is 2. So Suki has $2 left. That is our answer. Okay, let's try some of these together. We are on page 136, and here's our first problem. Ready? Filippo had 30 glow sticks. He gave 2 to Henry and 10 to Chad. How many glow sticks does Filippo have left? Okay, let's look at this. So it says Filippo had 30 glow sticks. So let's start with 30. That's our first number. Then it says he gave 2 to Henry. So let's circle 2, and if he gave them, that means that's take away. Okay, so he gave 2 to Henry and 10 to Chad. So that means he gave 10 to Chad also. So that's another takeaway. How many glow sticks does Filippo have left? And that is another clue operation word for subtraction. Okay, so your equation should say 30 subtract 2 subtract 10 equals our unknown. Okay, ready? So we're going to do 1 step at a time. So what is 30 subtract 2? Well, we can count back. We can say 30, 29, 28. So we have 28. That was our first step. And now let's bring this down to do our second step. Okay, so what is 28 subtract 10? 28 subtract 10 is 18. So our answer is 18. Filippo has 18 glow sticks left. So we did our 1 step, brought down the rest of our problem, and did our 2 steps, our second step. Okay, let's do one more together. Ready? Zoe had 10 cherries. She ate 2 of them, but then her friend gave her 1 more. How many cherries does Zoe have? Okay, ready? So Zoe had 10 cherries. So that would be 10. She ate 2 of them. Okay, if you eat something, that's a takeaway. So she ate 2 of them. But then her friend gave her 1 more. So she got 1 more. So that would be add 1. How many cherries does Zoe have? So how many does she have? Okay, so our equation should say 10, subtract 2, add 1 equals. Okay, ready? So let's do our first step. 10 take away 2, I bet we can do that without our fingers, is 8. So it's our first step. Okay, let's bring down the rest of our problem. 8 plus 1 is 9. So Zoe still has 9 cherries. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Bye-bye.